I'm Jerry Fuller, Executive Director of the Associated Colleges of Illinois. I'm here to welcome you to Business Basics, our online course designed to give you an overview of how companies and nonprofit organizations work. Taking this course will help you make the most out of your internship or first job and leave a positive impression on both your coworkers and supervisors. As you start each segment, we'd like you to review a few questions about the subject, and then afterwards, do it again. It'll be a good way to review what you've learned. So let's get started at the very top, the top of the organization, that is. This first video explains how all business organizations are structured, both for-profit and nonprofit. Thank you.
Welcome. You're right on time. While all organizations are unique, they share a basic structure that allows them to operate with a particular objective in mind. Companies, commercial businesses that exist to make money and reward owners or shareholders, are organized to maximize their ability to deliver a quality product at the lowest cost possible and in accordance with local, state, and federal laws. Organizations can't operate without three types of people: those who fund them, those who operate them, and those who benefit from them. In a for-profit organization, investors put up the money to start the company. Sometimes it can be a single person or a group of people, but it always starts with someone funding the business in that critical time before it starts to make a profit. And the idea is to make a profit. Then come the operators, employees at all levels of the organization who make the decisions and accomplish the tasks to make the business run. Last but not least are customers. If they like the product or service and consider it affordable and a good value, they reward the business with their hard-earned money. But take a look at that arrow at the bottom. Profits. Why does it point back to the investors? Because the number one purpose of a company or a corporation is to create profits for the investors. I know, you're thinking, the customer comes first, right? Well, all businesses have to keep customers happy or they won't come back. That's true. They should be keeping their employees happy or they won't be serving the customers very well. But the basic purpose of a company, the reason it really exists, is to put money back in the hands of investors. Put it another way. Say you start a company. You put the money together to hire employees to help you make your product and sell it to the public. If you're lucky, that product starts selling right away. The money that comes in, also known as revenues, will be used first to pay your employees and all the other expenses that got your product to all your happy customers. Who's ultimately responsible for that? You, the initial investor, the person with the idea that got everything started, the one who took on the risk in the first place. If you can't make a profit after paying your people and all your expenses, there's really no point to being in business, is there? So that's why the arrow always comes back to investors. Now let's turn to nonprofits. Again, remember the universal organizational structure. It's all about funders, operators, and beneficiaries. Not-for-profits are just what they sound like. They don't make money in a commercial sense, but they exist to deliver value. Like a business, they require money to operate so they can serve a particular objective, locally, nationally, or internationally. But it's all about the mission, not about the profit. Most of what you're going to learn today and throughout this series will pertain to for-profit companies, but you'll find that not-for-profits, or nonprofits as they're sometimes called, have a lot in common with companies in the way they operate. In nonprofit organizations, the funders are not investors, but donors. Anyone who can afford to write a check, big or small. But they're not looking for a return on their money, they're supporting a cause. In the middle, there's that familiar name again, the employees. They reach out to donors and they operate the organization to serve its ultimate beneficiaries in the community. So now we've covered for-profit and not-for-profit organizations. Let's move on to the way they're run.